Alright, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. This is my Yamaha R6, which I am in the process of restoring, and we are about to take off the rear tire to put some new rubber on it. So as you can see, this is a very old, very nasty, very destroyed 7-year-old tire. I think from the DOT code here, it is the 38th week of 2015, 3815. So autumn of 2015, which makes it 2020 is 5, 2020 is 7 years old, this tire. But as you can see, look at that. That is nasty. That is really hard. And just completely full of cracks. So time for a new one. So I've bought myself a set of brand new Pirelli Diablo Rosso 3 tires. Here's the rear, 180/55 by 17s, and the front is a 120 by 70 by 17 matching front. Date codes on these are slightly off. Let me see. I got these off of Amazon. It was a buy two together deal. Okay, so the date code on this is 0822, so the 8th week of 2022. So, you know, basically January 22. So this is only 9 months old, this tire. Very fresh. The front tire, even though it's brand new, is, let's turn this around to the DOT code. Where is the DOT, and it's on the other side. Turn that around. Alright, down at the bottom here. Alright, so let's turn that around. So DOT code here is the 48th week of 2020. So basically 2 years old. Sport bike tires are pretty much good for, if they're stored in a decent temperature controlled, out of the sunlight factory, I would imagine these would be good for about 4 years on the shelf. There's a lot of controversy over how long they're good for, but this is certainly within spec. It's only a couple of years old. It's not going to last me more than another year with the way I'm going to ride this on the track and in the canyons. So the reality is this tire, front tire, even though it's 2 years old, it's going to be absolutely fine to go on the bike. So if you don't have one of these, this is an adapter socket. It gives you 17, 19, 22 and 24, and this will allow you to basically put this 19mm end in like so, and then you can get your socket wrench on the end of here and undo the center spindle bolt for the front tire. So these are a really useful tool to have. Recommend you get one of these just to keep in your toolbox. They're awesome. So pretty much essential if you want to take your front tire off your motorcycle or your front wheel off. So anyway, that's going to be the process. Drop the wheels, take them over to my local cycle gear motorcycle store, and have them put on the new rubber on the rims. Bring it back and then reinstall it. So this bolt's pretty big, 1.25 inches, I think, something like that. I've got a adjustable monkey wrench here, adjustable spanner, and on its absolute maximum it will just go on, which is perfect. Saves me going to buy a socket. But these haven't been off in 7 years, so this is tight. So I'm gonna have to hit it with a hammer. So fingers crossed. it's moving. Lefty loosey, anti-clockwise, loosey, or counterclockwise, depending on what part of the world you're in. That is now coming off. Yay! I don't know, these kind of videos are a little bit boring because they really don't require an enormous amount of skill for you to take off the tire of the bike. So there you go, there's the rear retaining nut off. You need, I don't know what that is, I'll put it in the description, but it's probably about 1.25 inches. Either a big adjustable spanner or the correct size socket head. I was going to use a plumbing pipe wrench, but the problem with using these is the teeth on these things. They're really going to dig into your steel here, and they're going to leave ridge marks and grooves. So as the more force you exert, the more damage you're going to do to the nut. So not a good idea. If you absolutely have to use one of these, this will work. But ideally you want something that fits and isn't going to damage or burr up the edges of your nut. So advice there. So next thing I have to do is loosen up the 2 bolts that hold the caliper for the rear brake, and then once that is loosened up, I can slacken off the rear adjustment, which gives me my chain slack adjustment on both sides, and then with a piece of dowel or a piece of wood, tap the center spindle through, and then the tire will drop down. So I'm not going to show all of that. It's really boring, and I would speed up the video anyway so you wouldn't see what I'm doing. Just Google rear tire removal from R6 and you'll come up with 30 different videos from reputable motorcyclists, I'm sure, who have done it correctly. Looking forward to getting this new rubber on. Oh, it's going to be so awesome. Look at that. Old and yucky, new and fabulous. As you can see, I've got brand new rubber. Yay! New front tire on the front. I took the time to clean up the brake calipers, the brake lines, the forks, check the fork seals, check the brake calipers, check the brake pads. Everything is fine. When I upgrade the brake lines to the Galfa steel braided lines, I will change out the brake pads at that time. But the objective right now is just to get the bike back on the road so that I can test ride it and see what else it might need. So this is the new front tire on. I went with the Pirelli Diablo Rosso 3 tire. Gets good reviews for the for canyon riding, street riding. It's a nice sticky tire when it gets hot. I got a great deal on this and had the guys over at Cycle Gear put it on. I think it was about $23 to mount and balance the tire, so you can kind of get an idea of the brand new rubber on here. The fairings are almost all the way off. I have also removed the rear, and I'm about to change out the front sprocket. So I've taken off the cover cap here. It's gonna get, well, it's already been cleaned, but I gotta do back to black, use the trim, black plastic trim cleaner, and get that cleaned up. The shifter linkage is disengaged here. I've pulled off the guard here, chain guard, and cleaned all that up. Cleaned the engine behind here, got all the grime and dirt off. Cleaned it up with some Armor All. So we're ready for a new chain and new sprocket. As you can see down here, the old chain. Yay! So a really nasty, rusted out, O-rings protruding chain. So I've got new chain, new sprockets. That's going on next. I literally just cut it straight through. I don't know why people, if you're going to change out the chain, why on earth would you mess around with a pin press? Just if you've got, if you're using a hacksaw blade, or you're using a Dremel, or any form of rotary disc tool to cut through or grind off one of the pin studs and then press it through. What? Seriously, I don't understand the logic. If you're going to replace the chain, just cut it all the way through. It took me about 30 seconds to cut through 2 sides of a link to be able to pull the chain out. The amount of time it would take to grind off one head and then set up your pin press and then push the pin through, and I don't know why people mess around with that. Obviously, if you're not going to replace the chain and you just need to break a link and service the chain for whatever reason and then put a new master link back in, I can understand you wanting to save the chain. But otherwise, geez, if you've got a rotary tool, cut the frickin' thing, drop it. It's done in a matter of seconds. So yeah, new chain going on, new front sprocket. I'm going from 16 teeth, I think, down to 15 teeth, and a new rear sprocket. So at this point, I've also got a brand new rear tire, matching Pirelli Rosso 3, and so that's mounted. I got this tire to clean up, the wheel, the hub to clean up. I got to remove this sprocket. It's just these 6 nuts, take those off, pop the new one on, and at this point in time, this is the time to clean this up. So I've been cleaning this, dressing it with Armor All, getting it super clean. You know, this is a pain in the ass to clean in here without removing the tire, so now's the point. Any areas that are exposed, get it super clean. So I'm working on that. So that's it really. New sprockets front and rear, new chain going on, and then I will reinstall the back tire. So, you know, instructions on how to do that, there's, like I said before, there's probably 20 or 30 videos on YouTube on how to change the chain on your R6, or how to remove or put on the tires, or, you know, how to change the sprockets. It's really not that hard. It's just having the right tools, and using a bit of physical strength to get these bolts off and put on the new parts. So I'm not going to mess around with filming myself doing that. I'm just going to show you the progress as I get through the bike, but hopefully within the next hour or two I'll have the sprockets on, the chain on, the wheel on, and the brake caliper back on, and the bike will be ready to be tested theoretically at this point. Anyway, thank you for watching. Next update will be when it's all back together. See you soon.